Origins of Silver Sable. Simkarian ruler and leader of a band of mercenaries known as the Wild Pack. More recently she has allied herself with Misty Knight, Paladin and the Heroes for Hire operation. From the day of her mother's death in a German terrorist attack, Silver Sable devoted her life to preparing for the day she would take over the Wild Pack, a group founded by her father Ernst Sablinova to hunt down Nazi war criminals. Simkaria had suffered badly under German occupation during the Second World War. She became a master of many forms of martial arts, a highly skilled marksman and swordsman. As leader of the Wild Pack, she continued the job of bringing former Nazis to justice, but in later years as there were less and less Nazis to capture, this expanded into the Silver Sable International Company, which provided security, recovered stolen property and apprehended felons for big companies and even countries. The operations of her organization brought her into contact with Spider-Man in New York, a hero with whom she would go on to have many team-ups and conflicts. In their first meeting, the Wild Pack were in pursuit of the jewel thief the Black Fox, but were inadvertently thwarted from capturing him by the actions of Spider-Man. The gems he had stolen were retrieved, but the thief was able to escape. When the terrorist group Hydra came to her cousin's school and started murdering her friends, Silver rescued them with the aid of Spider-Man and her soldiers, although she stated that she didn't need Peter's help. Silver has collaborated with other heroes, such as Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Venom, Captain America, Deadpool and many others. During the Infinity War, Dr. Doom was replaced by an evil doppelganger. During the annual diplomatic dinner between Latveria and Simkaria, which was being held in Doom's castle, Silver's driver was killed by a Doombot and a servant was killed by the doppelganger. When she discovered this, Silver was attacked by the doppelganger but was rescued by her soldiers. Shadowland. When Matt Murdock, Daredevil, took control of the Hand and built Shadowland in Hell's Kitchen in New York City, Silver Sable teamed up with Misty Knight, Paladin, and Shroud to stop Daredevil's hand ninjas who were secretly targeting members of the Mafia. Heroes for Hire. Silver Sable was recruited to work as a hero for hire by Misty Knight. She is called in to investigate some demon weapons dealers who turn out to be under the command of Baron Brimstone. Sable is briefly possessed by one of the weapons and is unable to drop it, but is able to remove all the ammunition before handing it to Brimstone, who is dragged down to a demon dimension. Ends of the Earth. Silver Sable appeared in the Spider-Man event Ends of the Earth when Dr. Octopus threatened the world with annihilation. She played a pivotal role in saving both Black Widow and Spider-Man from the Sinister Six so they could launch a counterattack later. At the end of the arc, she sacrificed herself so that Spider-Man could stop Dr. Octopus. During the search later the Avengers and Spider-Man failed to recover Silver Sable's body, however. No turning back. In the Spider-Man arc No Turning Back, Julia Carpenter, the current Madam Web, told Spider-Man that Silver Sable was still alive. Spider-Man was wrestling with Morbius and his own anger at the time, and so was unconvinced as he thought Julia was just telling him what he wanted to hear so he'd do as she said. Julia however insisted she wasn't lying. Whether there is any truth to her words remains to be seen. Dying Wish. Silver Sable made a brief appearance in the Spider-Man story Dying Wish. When Peter briefly dies in Dr. Octopus's body, he goes to what seems to be heaven where he speaks to Silver Sable, who criticizes him for not killing Dr. Octopus when he had the chance. This means that either Madam Web was lying and Silver Sable truly is dead, or the whole event was simply Spider-Man hallucinating as he passed out. Point Blank. When Spider-Man and his sister, Teresa, interrupt a weapons exchange between Chameleon and the Foreigner, Silver Sable intervened. Teresa shot her in head, revealing her to be an LMD. A van then pulled up that had a severely wounded and bedridden Sable in it. Turns out when she went down on Octavia's ship with the Rhino, she was severely hurt and all of her appearances since then have been robot doubles she has been controlling. Abilities. Silver Sable is a born leader and highly trained in martial arts and weapons use. She uses her training to lead a group of reformed criminals to an honest life working as mercenaries in her Wild Pack. Silver's occupation is CEO of Silver Sable International, which is based in Simcaria, a small country in the Balkans. In combat, she has been known to use a katana and a chai, a weighted projectile of her own design. She often uses this latter weapon to disarm or disable her foes.